So what should I do if a girl hits me?
You mean like if you're dating her and she hits you?
Yeah.
Whew. If you're dating somebody
Yeah.
and she hits you, you need to figure out how you get out of that environment. On your way out, if your phone is accessible to you, I think you need to start recording.
Start recording?
Nowadays, absolutely.
Well, I guess recording it is a good thing.
As you're walking out, turn on the camera, and I would turn on the camera. All right, I'm leaving right now because the situation's escalating and blah, blah, and make her aware I'm recording right now for both of our sake and leave. And I'll tell you this, I had this situation happen to me years ago.
Yeah.
I was dating a guy, loved him to death. We both had our own issues, and our arguments would often become explosive, like yelling and screaming. And I didn't view him as an abusive person because we were both like we would be screaming at each other. One day, it just got too loud. We gone out drinking, and this is one of the reasons why I don't even drink today, is just because once you start drinking, you're not in control of yourself anymore. But we were arguing, and then he was coming at me. You got to understand, I come from an environment with your dad and your other uncle. Yeah, we were physical, and so for me, I'm small, so when I see a big dude coming at me, I'm not the type to go like this. You know what I'm saying? So when he was coming at me, like, come at me like you coming at me, right? And so I grabbed him, and I swooped him around, locked them up. I can restrain people. I'm very good at that. Yeah. And so I was like, so I restrained him, and I'm like, you need to chill. Hey, all that femininity went out the window. You need to chill, okay? And then he flipped out. You're grabbing me. You're doing this to me. You doing that. Because in his mind, he also came from a physical environment, and so in his mind, he's interpreting this as he's being attacked, not thinking about the fact that when you're coming at me physically, my mind's interpreting. So it was two people misinterpreting a situation and reacting to triggers. Yeah. And it could have gone a whole different way. And so for me, one of the lessons that I learned early on through that experience was this. The best way to stop a conflict is by de-escalating it before it can even happen. And before it happens, it's not just when you see her raising her voice or when you're raising your voice. Before it even happens is when you're on that date. When you're on that date and you see her talking foul to a waitress or a waiter or something like that, or getting aggressive with people in the car and stuff like that, that is not isolated. People show you who they are early. And I don't know what about the baby and whoever he with, Danny, whatever. I don't know about their situation, but what I'm willing to bet and guess is that neither of them was this their first time seeing each other escalated. He's a rapper, very controversial nonetheless, but he was in an argument with his girlfriend or baby's mother. Well, now he's in that was his, details ain't even important, but nonetheless, this wasn't brand new. This was no perfectly peaceful relationship, and then today, it just happened to pop off with two people arguing and cameras are out. No, both of them ignored or missed signs along the way, and then it escalated to that point.
It escalated. I think you're definitely right about, recording, and definitely because at the end of the day, we are, like, us males, we're definitely stronger than, women. So you should, if you're watching this, you should never, ever put your hands on a female. Like,
there's really no... female should never put her hands on you.
Well, yeah,
no
exactly.
One should put their hands on one another.
Yeah, it should go both ways.
Male abuse is a real thing. You got a whole lot of men getting their behinds beat based on old school values that a woman putting her hands on you is not abuse.
But that's why you gotta record it. That's why we gotta record it too.
Record it and get out the environment.
Exactly.
I told Marcus, I say, if something were to happen, I don't care if you in your drawers, okay? I don't care if you got to leave your car keys in there. You take your phone and you walk out there, you start recording, and as soon as you free and clear from that environment, you get on the phone and you call me up or somebody up and you say, I need you to stay on the phone with me, that happened, so on and so forth, okay? Because the reality is this, is that when things are escalating, people go to a different place. And you thought you saw the best of her, you thought you saw the best of you, but you don't even know what you're capable of. There's a whole lot of men and women sitting here with domestic violence charges, in all kinds of situations, and they say, I'm not an abusive person, it just happened. Well, maybe you're not an abusive person, but maybe when you reacted, right? Maybe you reacted in a way that was triggered and it was bigger than what you would have ever thought you did. And now you got someone who's injured, right? And you now have a charge on you that's characterizing you as a person that you're not and that you never thought you'd be, but you're not that person. You became that in that moment. So the best thing to do is just not allow yourself to even be in those moments.
Now, it's kind of like the same scenario that I was telling you about, but like, she all up on me and like, I can't leave. Like I'm recording everything. She taking my phone, she throwing it on the ground, and I'm trying to like leave the space. It's kind of hard for me to leave because every time I leave, it's like she you know, it's like I gotta touch her to leave. You know what I'm saying?
So let
it's
me show
like,
you. Let me show you. All right, put that ball down for 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna be you, and you be the girl. Okay, so you coming at me all up in my face. Or
okay,
whatever.
so I'm like,
So you coming up? Was she doing all that? Like,
Look
in my
at-
face.
look what
I didn't see that in your mouth. She doing all that. The hands is failing, nails into everywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So go ahead, do me da da da's. Okay. Go ahead, do da da da's. He like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Okay, so I'm gonna be her. And blah 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 blah. And da 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 da. And so on and so forth. So this is what you do. So she doing all that, and so what you do is like this: you cross your
your
arms, something where you literally cannot touch her. And then you physically move around. And she try to block you and say, I would like to leave. I would like to leave. You got your phone out, keep on saying that. I would like to leave. You are stopping me from leaving. This tape may be played in a court of law.
that's true.
Okay? I would like to leave. You are stopping me from leaving. I would like to leave. Sound like a damn robot. What you talking about? Da, 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 da. You ever say that earlier when you was texting that girl? Who care about that girl? Okay, we protecting reputations, protecting monies, protecting people from jails. Okay? I would like to leave. You are stopping me from leaving. I would like to leave. You are stopping me from leaving. That's one way to do it, okay?
Yeah.
Another way you can handle de-escalating situations like this. I was dating a gentleman. Back in the day, I had a thing for guys who had aggressive personalities, and it was weird because like those would be the ones who pursue me the hardest. Hey, how you doing? I want to talk to you. Da da da. They come at me the hardest. I say, "Love, he's so aggressive," but that turned to something else once they get mad. So anyway, I learned how to, for better or worse, I had to learn how to deal with very aggressive men from a very early age.
Yeah.
And so the way I learned to deal with them is if he's raising his voice, I can see when he's going there. So what I would do is I would de-escalate it. But I would not talk very loud, no matter what. And then it forces him to lower his tone to hear what I'm saying. The worst thing you can do is match someone's level. When she's saying you wrong, you this, you that, and other, don't deny it. I ain't wrong, I didn't do this. Stop defending yourself. That's gonna make her mad. You're dealing with an unreasonable person right now. You're dealing with a triggered person right now. You're not gonna make her see anything logical. So why try?
Yeah.
So she's saying, I feel like you did this. Be quiet and listen. I hear you. So, you know, and baby, I want you to know I love you, and I'm listening. Yeah. Change your physical stance where you sit down at that point in time. You can de-escalate it. Go ahead.
So like that's if I'm trying to de-escalate, but like if it's not
already escalated.
Yeah, if it's already escalated and I can't do nothing, then go with the other.
You need to get out of that situation as quickly as possible. Do not touch her. Get that camera out if you can get it out. Cross your arms, and you need to get out of it. All right. Now she may be hitting you and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's on her in the LA County courthouse when they see all those scratches on you, okay? But you get up out of there. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I would do it. It's about identifying red flags early. That's what this is about, identifying them early.
Because if you identify it early, then it would be no reason to
even get to that point.
Yeah, exactly.
People show you who they are very early on. Listen to me when I tell y'all this, okay? That person, he or she raises their voice before they become physical. You see what I'm saying? That person is controlling in the beginning. Then it goes from controlling to raising voice, from raising voice to physical. Yeah. It goes on to all these other things. What people often do is when they start getting physical with you, it's often because they are failing to control you in other ways. So they are escalating their behavior as a way to get attention or control within a situation when they feel out of control. So with that understood, someone who resorts to trying to control you at that level has probably already shown you signs early on. Pay attention to when you're dating that young woman and then you don't text her back and she mad at you and is up in your face about why do you text her back within 30 minutes? Is it somehow another you on a timer? You see what I'm saying? Pay attention to that because that's controlling behavior, which turns to abusive behavior. Pay attention to how she talks to other people. So
controlling behavior turns into abusive
Absolutely, because abuse is a form of control. It's just an escalated form of control. Pay attention to how she does other people. That young lady or young man for that matter, or old lady, old man for that matter, where every time you dealing with that, when you hear them talking about, oh my God, guess what happened with my friend today and da-da-da, and guess what happened with this, they hang out with a bunch of dramatic chicks. You think she the one calm one? You think she the one calm one? No, birds of feathers stick together. And
so watch who
she hang with.
Exactly. Watch who she hang with. That actually make a lot of sense because, I mean, that's an easy way.
He'll tell you everything about them. People say, I'm not like my friends. If you were so different, you wouldn't be around them.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
That is an easy way to stop a lot of stuff. Now that's gold. That's
golden.
That's golden.
I got one more for you. Okay. The first time that she raises her voice at you in a way that's escalated or something like that. Now people are allowed to express emotion. Ain't nobody gonna always talk like this. But the first time she raises her voice and you see that, you can see that sprinkle, you see that spark on her eye. You know when somebody capable of something. You know.
Yeah.
You know. The first time she does that, I want you to be as calm as possible. As calm as possible. Go home. After it's calmed down, now don't say you're gonna go home while she escalates, because it's gonna make her pop off more. After she calms down, I'm gonna head out and go home tonight, baby. I love you, I'm gonna talk to you later. You go home. The next day, call her. Call her. Baby, the way that you reacted to me was very concerning yesterday, and I have to let you know that while I love you and I want to be in this with you, I'm not going to be able to continue in a relationship if that happens again or if things escalate beyond that, because for my safety and your safety, I just feel like that's best. So I just wanted to kind of talk with you about what can we do to avoid that type of situation from happening again. You have to set a boundary up front. A lot of people make the mistake that when something bad happens, they're trying to play cleanup.
Exactly.
You can't play cleanup. Once the train's out the gate, out the station, it's out the station. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to spot that early. And as you date, you will learn. You'll see. But pay attention up front to those friends and those warning signs.
Friends and the warning signs. Okay, bet.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Well, I want y'all to go ahead and I want y'all to comment below, because the reality is this, is that abuse, emotional violence, all these other things are very, very real within relationships. They happen. And I think a lot of people end up dealing with it not because they want to, but because they don't know the signs. And then by the time it's there, it's they're in love with this person, they're too far in. And I want to tell you right now that if you're experiencing abuse, it's not your fault in any way, shape, or form, but it is your responsibility to make choices that can put you within a safe position, okay? So what I want to do is recommend that you utilize resources within your community. You can find them on Google in terms of how to deal with abuse if you're within that kind of situation. But above all, make sure that you are protecting yourself. These phones go a long way,
Really
okay?
do.
Protect yourself
And
to
pay
make sure
attention
that.
to those signs early on, because if you pay attention to those signs, then you ain't even got to worry about protecting yourself, but protect yourself anyways.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Catch y'all. Make sure y'all protect yourself. You know, if you pay attention to those red flags early on, then you won't even have to worry about, you know, having to deal with
It's
protecting
avoidable.
yourself. So, I mean, make sure that you pay attention to those signs and, you know, you protect yourself at all costs.
Absolutely, y'all. Remember, you're not in control of what other people do to you, but you are responsible for how you respond to those situations. So protect yourself.